Imagine standing in your kitchen. You open the refrigerator. Inside sits one of the most affordable foods on earth. Simple, ordinary, easy to overlook. Yet this humble food contains everything needed to create life itself. Now here's the remarkable question. If Jesus were standing beside you today, would he tell you to avoid it? Or would he remind you that it is one of God's good gifts? In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus asked his listeners a simple but unforgettable question. If your son asks for an egg, will you give him a scorpion? Think about that for a moment. Out of all the foods he could have chosen, bread, figs, olives, fish, Jesus chose an egg, not as a symbol of danger, but as a symbol of love, a father's generosity, a gift that nourishes life. For thousands of years, people understood the incredible value of eggs. Farmers treasured them. Travelers depended on them. Families served them around the morning table. Then something changed. Beginning in the 1970s, millions of people were warned that eggs were dangerous. Many believed eating the yolk would raise cholesterol, damage the heart, and shorten life. For decades, breakfast tables changed. Eggs disappeared. Low-fat processed foods took their place. But today, after years of scientific research, many experts have begun to rethink that advice. Researchers now recognize that eggs are among the most nutrient-dense foods available, not because they are magical, not because they cure disease, but because they provide an extraordinary combination of protein, healthy fats, essential vitamins, and nutrients that help support the body's normal functions. Perhaps the Creator knew exactly what he was doing all along. Tonight, we're going back to Scripture, back to creation, and back to one of the most misunderstood foods in history. Together we'll discover why eggs were valued in biblical times, what modern science has learned, how to choose the healthiest eggs, and the simple cooking method that helps preserve many of their natural nutrients. Because sometimes the foods we feared the most turn out to be some of God's greatest gifts. Welcome to Eden Medicine. Let's begin. Long before scientists understood nutrition, long before anyone had ever heard the words protein, vitamins, or essential nutrients, God had already created one of nature's most extraordinary foods. Simple, affordable, yet astonishingly complete. Every egg begins with an incredible purpose. Inside its shell is nearly everything needed to support the beginning of life. Pause for just a moment and think about that. No laboratory designed it. No scientist invented it. No factory assembled it. It came from the wisdom of creation itself. Perhaps that's one reason Jesus used an egg as an example of a father's loving gift, because an egg represents nourishment, protection, provision, life. Even its design tells a remarkable story. The shell forms a strong protective barrier. The egg white provides high-quality protein that helps build and maintain healthy tissues. The golden yolk carries an impressive collection of vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and essential nutrients. Every layer serves a purpose. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is accidental. The more scientists study nature, the more they continue to discover incredible designs already built into God's creation. Today, nutrition experts recognize eggs as one of the highest quality sources of complete protein available. Unlike many foods, eggs naturally contain all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. These amino acids help maintain healthy muscles, support tissue repair, and contribute to hundreds of important processes throughout the body every single day. But perhaps the greatest surprise lies inside the yolk. For decades, millions of people threw it away. They believed it was unhealthy. Today, researchers know that the yolk contains many of the egg's most valuable nutrients. It provides choline, a nutrient that supports normal brain and nervous system function. It contains vitamin B12, which helps your body produce healthy red blood cells and supports nerve health. It also provides vitamin D, one of the nutrients many adults don't get enough of. Alongside these are lutein and zeaxanthin, two natural antioxidants that help support healthy vision as we grow older. Perhaps this reminds us of something much bigger than nutrition. Sometimes the things we fear most turn out to be gifts we simply misunderstood. And sometimes God's simplest creations carry the greatest wisdom. For nearly half a century, eggs became one of the most misunderstood foods in the world. Many people stopped eating them altogether. Doctors advised limiting them. Families replaced them with processed, low-fat breakfast foods. The reason was simple. Egg yolks contain cholesterol, and for many years, scientists believed that eating cholesterol directly increased the cholesterol in your bloodstream. It sounded logical, but science continued to evolve. Over the past 2 decades, researchers have taken a much closer look at this question. What they discovered surprised many people. For most healthy individuals, the cholesterol found in food has a much smaller effect on blood cholesterol than once believed. Instead, factors such as genetics, physical activity, overall dietary patterns, and highly processed foods often play a much larger role in heart health. In fact, your liver naturally produces far more cholesterol every day than you typically consume from food. When dietary cholesterol increases, the body often adjusts to its own production to help maintain balance. Our bodies are far more intelligent than we once imagined. This doesn't mean everyone should eat unlimited eggs. Every person is different. People with certain medical conditions should always follow the advice of their healthcare provider. But for many healthy adults, research suggests that moderate egg consumption can be part of a balanced diet. And eggs offer much more than protein alone. They provide nutrients that help you feel satisfied after meals, which may reduce unnecessary snacking throughout the day. Their high-quality protein also helps preserve muscle mass, something that becomes increasingly important as we grow older. Healthy muscles support balance, strength, mobility, and independence later in life. Researchers are also interested in choline, one of the key nutrients found in egg yolks. Choline plays an important role in supporting memory, learning, and normal brain function. Yet many adults consume less choline than recommended. One simple food contains a nutrient that millions of people may be missing. Perhaps that's another reminder that nature often provides what our bodies need in surprisingly simple ways. When we step back from decades of confusing headlines, one truth becomes clear. No single food determines your health. It's the pattern of your daily choices that matters most. A balanced diet, regular movement, quality sleep, strong relationships, faith, and gratitude all work together to support a healthy life. Perhaps that's the lesson hidden within God's creation. Health isn't built by chasing miracles. It's built through faithful habits, practiced one day at a time. Not all eggs are exactly the same. While every egg provides valuable nutrition, the way a hen is raised can influence the quality of the egg she produces. If you've ever stood in the grocery store staring at labels like cage-free, free-range, pasture-raised, or organic, you're not alone. The choices can be confusing, so let's simplify them. Cage-free means hens are not kept inside individual cages. They have more room to move, but they may still spend most of their lives indoors. Free-range hens are given some access to the outdoors. Depending on the farm, that outdoor space may vary considerably. Pasture-raised hens typically spend much more time outside, where they can forage naturally for grasses, seeds, and insects, just as chickens were created to do. Many nutrition experts believe that eggs from pasture-raised hens may contain higher levels of certain nutrients, including omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, and carotenoids. Organic eggs follow additional standards. The hens are fed certified organic feed and are not routinely given antibiotics or synthetic pesticides in their food, no matter which type you choose. Freshness matters whenever possible. Buy eggs from trusted local farms or producers with high animal welfare standards. Fresh eggs often have firmer whites, richer yolks, and excellent flavor. Another simple tip: don't judge an egg by the color of its shell. Brown eggs are not automatically healthier than white eggs. The shell color simply depends on the breed of the hen. Inside, their nutritional value can be remarkably similar. Instead of focusing on shell color, pay attention to how the hens are raised, because healthy animals often produce healthier food. Nature has always worked that way, and perhaps that's another lesson from creation. When we care for the earth with wisdom, the earth often cares for us in return. Now comes one final question. What's the healthiest way to enjoy an egg? The answer may be simpler than you think. You don't need complicated recipes. You don't need expensive ingredients. Sometimes the healthiest meals are also the simplest. One of the best ways to prepare eggs is by gently boiling or poaching them. These cooking methods use moderate heat, which helps preserve many of the egg's natural nutrients while avoiding excessive added fats. If you prefer scrambled eggs, cook them slowly over low heat. High temperatures can reduce the quality of some heat-sensitive nutrients and may affect the texture of the protein. Patience often produces a better meal. Whenever possible, pair your eggs with whole nourishing foods: fresh vegetables, leafy greens, avocado, tomatoes, fresh fruit, whole grain bread, or a small handful of nuts. These foods work together to create a balanced breakfast that provides protein, fiber, healthy fats, and important vitamins and minerals. Try to avoid pairing eggs with heavily processed meats every morning. Instead, let the egg remain the star of the meal. Simple, natural, wholesome, just as food was intended to be. Portion matters too. For most healthy adults, 1 or 2 eggs can fit comfortably into a balanced diet. Individual needs vary, so it's always wise to consider your own health goals and speak with your healthcare provider if you have specific medical concerns. Remember, good health is rarely about one single food. It's about the habits you practice every day. Choose real food. Move your body. Sleep well. Drink enough water. Spend time outdoors. Share meals with people you love. And take moments each day to slow down and give thanks. Because true wellness isn't found in chasing perfection. It's found in living with balance, gratitude, and wisdom. Perhaps that's the healthiest recipe of all. As we come to the end of today's journey, let's return to where we began. One simple question from Jesus: if your son asks for an egg, will you give him a scorpion? It was never just about food. It was about the heart of a loving father, a father who delights in giving good gifts to his children. Sometimes, those gifts are far simpler than we expect. A sunrise, a quiet morning, clean water, fresh air, a shared meal around the table, and perhaps a simple egg. Not because it's a miracle food, not because it can solve every health problem, but because it reminds us that God's creation is filled with wisdom, waiting to be discovered. The Bible encourages us to receive God's gifts with gratitude, to care for our bodies with wisdom, and to live each day with balance rather than fear. Health is not built overnight. It grows through the choices we make every single day. Choosing real food, moving our bodies, getting enough sleep, managing stress, spending time with the people we love, and remembering to slow down long enough to thank the one who made it all possible. Perhaps the greatest lesson isn't about eggs at all. Perhaps it's this. The Creator designed our bodies with incredible wisdom, and when we learn to respect that design, we often discover that many of the answers have been with us all along. If you enjoyed today's journey through Scripture and modern science, please take a moment to support our mission. Click the like button, subscribe to Eden Medicine, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future episode. Every week, we explore the fascinating connection between biblical wisdom, natural living, and the discoveries of modern science. Now, we'd love to hear from you. How do you enjoy eating eggs? Do you prefer them boiled, scrambled, poached, or cooked another way? Share your favorite in the comments below. Your ideas may inspire someone else to make healthier choices. Thank you for spending these moments with us. Until next time, eat well, live wisely, stay curious, and may God bless you with health, peace, and joy. We'll see you again soon on Eden Medicine.